Hey, it's it's cooperating.
Courtney, Jordan, Jessica, Ajit.
Wait, I don't type that fast.
Sorry, I'll go back again because it's gonna come
That's okay.
through.
I got it.
Okay.
I can see pictures and people. So go ahead and start your meeting. Hi, Debbie. Got you.
Yep, she's our guest. Let's go ahead and I will call the meeting to order. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm gonna just pull up the agenda here real quick. Just give me a nod or a thumbs up, or again, just say I can see it all. Perfect. So you can see the agenda. So we'll go ahead and get started and call the meeting to order. I didn't have anybody that was not going to be here. Let us know. We do have a guest, which is the Associate Dean at the College of Technology, Debbie Ronnyberg, and she will again talk about these proposals that we're going to take a look at this after or later on in the meeting. I want to get through the first like 9 preliminary things, and then we'll go ahead and have her start. One big announcement, when again, we'll keep beating it like the dead horse, that again, all proposals are due again by August 20th, or sorry, not August, October 20th, no ifs, ands, or buts. We want to get those in so then they can be processed by Thanksgiving break for the 26-27 catalog. If you have, again, emergencies that come up, again, they may be looked at, but there's no guarantees. Um, with that being said, Catherine sent out the minutes again when she put the agenda. For those of you that are newer, so again, you'll hear me call for a motion and then you'll hear me call for another motion and then you kind of put your hands up or again, just say aye again, and that's how we look to take the vote. So can I get a motion to approve the minutes for September 4th?
So moved.
That's again, Ryan Pitcher. Can I get a second?
Ben,
That's Ben seconding or Camille raising hand. All in favor, either raise your hand or do the thumbs up emoji with the again, tools with Zoom. Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved. Our minutes are approved from September 4th. Again, I already introduced Debbie, but I'm going to come back to you. So I'm just going to get through the rest of our stuff and I will open the floor to you. But thank you for joining us on here. And again, coming on to talk about these proposals from our college. So we're glad to have you here. Report from Executive Committee. We just talked again. The big thing was about these proposals today and that we were going to go through those. And that's going to be our main discussion as long as, again, we're open to taking up new business, which we talked about last week. With that being said, I'm going to ask Cindy, Academic Affairs, do you have anything?
I don't, except I was going to ask Catherine, did you
Mhm.
happen to get a chance to send that letter out? Okay, so everyone did receive the letter.
Yep, we did.
Thanks. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. And so you don't have anything, Cindy? No. Perfect. Okay. Moving forward, then let's go ahead. Subcommittees. Bass, have you guys met yet or no?
Sorry, my computer was doing weird stuff. No, we will not meet until I think it's the 26th.
No. And I'll probably ask you that every time, Tiffany, because I'm not
No,
gonna
that's
remember.
perfectly fine.
Awesome. Okay, cool. With that being said, again, and I just want to put a shout out because I did not last week, but I want to say thank you to Ben, Bob Houghton, who is no longer again on this committee. Again, and Ivory and the registrar's office for again putting that subcommittee together and kind of looking at things with the catalog last summer. And again, we'll kind of look more at those things and like the cleanup for it for spring before again the catalog is at published. So thank you guys again for that. I have no information just about the fact that we're again just keeping an open mind and taking up these new proposals and just understand, and I want to just put this all out there before we take votes today. You're more than welcome to again vote yay, nay, or abstain. And again, that's something that is again going to be out there for this. But once you hear the reasoning of that and again the effort and everything else that's put into it, we should hopefully all have like a unanimous vote of approval. With that being said, that's my notes. Faculty Senate, Randa, and then any other councils, Girk, if you want to jump in.
I had nothing from faculty senate that I saw.
Awesome. Girk.
and I have some stuff from Girk and Ivory can verify this with me or not. ISU is to host the General Education Summit this year from October 9th and 10th. So that will possibly have some impact on us. State Board of Education is requiring all GE courses to have course objectives, or was it learning outcomes? they all have to be addressed and reviewed this year. So that's going to be something that's going to be happening a lot with GERC. So we may see changes come our way because of that. And then October 7th, the GERC committee is going to be doing the general education awards recognition for the 24-25 school year.
Great, thank you. And then
Did I miss
anybody?
anything, Ivory?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, you got it all.
Okay.
Any questions for them or any other questions before we look to move forward? Okay. With that being said, before we look to again take up business in that, I wanted to take the or turn the floor over to Debbie Ronneberg, the Associate Dean, College of Technology, to talk to us about the consideration for these 5 proposals and the endorsement of the state proposals for these 3-year BAS or Bachelor's of Applied Science degrees. Debbie?
Sorry, I'm kind of slow on the mute.
No, it's okay.
So thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate everyone who has looked at these and made comments, and we've kind of opened the floodgates. So it's really an opportunity for us to be able to present these 3 proposals today. And this all started with NWCCU, and I'm going to put a link in the chat here for everyone. When the president of NWCCU did research on the request for BYU Idaho. Are you all familiar with BYU Idaho's 3-year degree plans? Their BAS degrees and Ensign College. Those degrees were on pilot status. And so President Ramaswamy, the newsletter I put in the chat goes into detail about the research they did on 3-year BAS, and then later they sent a newsletter out showing that they took these degrees off pilot status. And Cindy, if you want to jump in at any time, please feel free to. And so that really opened the discussion with the provost and presidents and the institutions across the nation. Actually, there actually were about a dozen 3-year proposals that were submitted after BYU Idaho submitted theirs. And so it's been kind of an exploratory thing with the nation. And in fact, there are over 60 institutions that are offering or proposing the 90 credit 3-year bachelor's degrees across the nation. And many of them are going to implement in fall of 26. One of those states is Utah. Utah Valley University and Weber State have proposed and put degrees before their boards of regent. And I believe they're being in the last stages of acceptance and approval right now. And so with the provost office having these discussions and the State Board of Education opening the discussion to institutions, there's a lot of institutions that are now looking at putting proposals in. And we want to be the first in the state to propose a 3-year BAS because, first of all, we want to be able to set the standard of what this BAS should look like. And there is a trend across the state to have these degrees, the 3-year BAS degrees, or the bachelor's degrees to be an applied degree of some sort. Some states are calling them Bachelor of Applied Studies. Some are calling them Bachelor of Science in Applied Studies. And so that is one of the commonality we're seeing across the nation, is that they're more for to expedite graduates into the workplace. And that is one of the reasons why they are so popular, is because it's cutting the cost of education, because students will be able to get a bachelor's degree in 3 years instead of 4. And they will also be able to have the skills they need in an expedited way to get into the workplace and fill the gap that we're seeing in the workforce. And so that is one thing we modeled our programs after, to make sure that they were a Bachelor of Applied Science and that they were interdisciplinary. The state board already has language for baccalaureate degrees that are applied. And the policy states that the BAS is a credential awarded for completion of a bachelor's degree of 120 semesters. So that's going to have to be a state policy change for 90 credits. And Cindy, I know that that's discussion that's happening at the state board right now. We will maintain the general education minimums of 36 credits and 37 credits for our institution, and the upper division credit of 36 at our institution as well. So it's important that we have those learning outcomes maintained in a high quality degree, even though we shorten it. There's two models of an accelerated degree. One is an accelerated degree that's like a 3+2 that leads to graduate school. And then there's a model that BYUI uses, which is stackable credentials. And that's the one that we followed for our BAS. We are stacking different certificates for the BAS in applied business and entrepreneurship. We're using our small business technology basic technical certificate, and then stacking on top of that conflict management certificate from Cal, the professional sales from College of Business, and the training and development from College of Education. For the BAS in intelligent and trustworthy digital systems, we're stacking the ITC information technology systems with information systems from the College of Business and applied artificial intelligence from College of Technology. And last of all, for the law enforcement management and leadership, we're stacking the law enforcement BTC and AAS onto some homeland security and emergency management courses, political science, and sociology. I just want to briefly tell you the process we've gone through as we've created these degrees. First of all, we met with the deans in August on the 5th at a Dean's Council meeting to discuss these three degrees and share the maps and talk about the urgency of getting ahead of everyone wanting to flood the market with these 3-year BAS degrees. And so we had a really good discussion with the deans. Afterwards, I met with David Hanneman from HSEM and had a really good discussion, and they were very supportive of adding their courses. I then met with Cal department chairs, Jim DeSanza, Q, Maury Burnham, and Candy Turley Ames to talk about the 2 degrees that impacted Cal. And we had a really rigorous discussion and made some changes and changed the title of one of them. And then I also had a follow-up meeting with Q where he wanted to add more political science courses to the law enforcement one. And so we're still discussing that. I do have a meeting with College of Business on Monday to meet with Iris and Alex, and we have had phone calls and email discussions, but we're going to be meeting on Monday about course sequencing on a couple of the degrees as well. And so I also met with all of my faculty at the College of Technology and the impacted programs at the beginning of the process to make sure that they could have feedback into what they saw that their students getting these certificates and associate degrees could benefit from. And they are very close to industry partners and they know what our industry is asking for. So that is the one thing about these degrees. It's really meant for the adult learner who has a lot of life experience and and wants to expedite their time in education to the workplace. And so these are career focused in design. I don't know, Wesley, if you want me to go through each proposal or if everyone's had the chance to look at these proposals or if there's any questions. I'd rather that this be a discussion where I can answer your questions. But I just wanted to introduce these degrees with that little bit of information and with the process that we've gone through. After we have met with these people, we did have our curriculum committee at the College of Technology and reviewed these 3 degrees and voted on them. And so we have faculty votes and things are coming in as we sent the UCC proposals out to impacted departments. I am continuing to get suggestions and feedback. And so we're making tweaks here and there. But we are seeing a lot of support for these 3-year degrees. Are there any questions?
While you're pondering those, and feel free to again come in. Debbie, what I'm gonna I wanted to open it up and just kind of have it like a discussion like you were saying right now. And then you're more than welcome if no one has questions or that to again jump off again, because then we'll move into taking up the business and then voting on everything.
I don't have any questions. I don't have any questions about these degrees at all. Like, I vote yes, but I do have questions about the 3-year degrees, which I think is a separate topic than these particular proposals. So I would love it if Debbie could stay on or come back, or, you know, I don't want to hold up the vote on this, but 'cause I would love to talk a little bit more about some of the ways that these degrees are being conceived in terms of going forward. But I've like, you know, I like these degrees.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Jessica, by how they're being conceived? Or
We can open up right now. Yeah, go ahead, Jessica. You can open it up before our vote and before we go through them. Go ahead.
So again, I'm entirely supportive. So this is not in any way, this is an exploratory question, but the degrees seem to me to have a lot less latitude for choice than a normal 4-year degree. And the requirements are actually considerably greater than a normal major. And so in some ways, reading these curricula, it strikes me as more restrictive in terms of being able to complete the degree. At the same time, the advantage is that you can get far more depth in terms of the areas that you're discussing. I mean, it's like a British degree, you know, like
exactly.
it's just like 1 or 2 things.
Mhm.
So I think that there's a lot of interesting promise, but I wonder if, you know, I mean, I could actually see versions of these, you know, with just education and particular content areas, which would be extremely applied, but actually would have more depth in the content area than is now required. And so, you know, I mean, that's a whole nother, but I just am wondering kind of about how restrictive these may be in practice, and also about the logic for that. Although I also see the tremendous benefit and strength of it.
You are absolutely right. They are more restrictive. They're more about depth than breadth. And
I see your hand, Ajit. Oh, sorry, Debbie. I see your hand. We'll get to it right after she goes through it. Go ahead. Yep. Sorry, Debbie.
And so it is really based after the European model. The article that I just sent you, the newsletter from NWCCU, really goes into that research with Canada, UK, India, you know, a lot of European nations offering 3-year degrees, and also how they transfer to the US and the Bologna process and all of that. And not every discipline, these degrees do not fit every discipline, period. And there's even discussion about graduate school. Should these apply to graduate school or not? And that newsletter also goes into that. And a lot of the institutions across the state who are coming up with these 3-year degrees are saying, no, for grad school, you really do need a 4-year degree. And some schools are even making an add-on year for students who want the 3-year BAS and then go out to work, then decide, wait a minute, I want to go to graduate school. And so they add on a 4th year. And so there's flexibility in that. But you're right, that's how they cut this from a 4-year to a 3-year, is they took out electives and streamlined the degrees. And they're very work-oriented focus, very practical degrees that just are based on education and context of practical applications. And so, you know, the thing is that we have to remember, we are letting students explore through gen ed processes, and some of those gen eds could still apply to their major as well, like law enforcement and political science and some sociology classes in the gen eds, but they do take the whole required gen eds for a bachelor's degree. So we're not skimping there at all. But all of the lower division and upper division are major content. They're not exploratory courses at all. And so that is a difference. These are very focused degrees, prescribed degrees, no room for electives. In fact, if you take the 36 gen ed credits and the 37 and the 36 upper division credits, that only leaves room for 17 lower division credits to equal 90 credits. So it is very restrictive. These are going to be students who already know what they want to do. They start with CTE education. And so they already have a career in mind and their career focus. And so and a lot of these learners will be out and work already. And so a lot of these upper division classes will be taught online. So that they can complete their degree while they're at work, while they're in the work, already in employed, you know, in positions. So, did that help at all?
Ajit?
Yeah, hi. So I'm the College of Ed rep, and I in fact teach in the OLP program. So I was looking at the proposal. I saw the dean's signature. So when Debbie was talking, that she has talked with various people. Has anybody in the OLP been contacted about this?
So our dean talked to your dean, Esther, your interim dean, and she was very supportive. We did open the dialogue to see if you know the deans wanted to meet further with department chairs. So I would encourage you to talk to Esther, and we absolutely, if you feel that we need to look at a different set of courses, we're very open to making changes there as well.
The thing I noticed, and it's just my personal opinion, it basically would make our core program redundant, right? So you've taken all our core courses and dumped it there, not dumped it, put it there. So our WTL program will no longer be needed if this goes away, right? So all the core courses are basically listed there, and so I'm not sure. I'll obviously reach out to my
Yeah.
department members and as well as Esther. But yeah, so that's a
Ajit, thank you so much for that feedback. I want to just help you feel comfortable that this will not delete the necessity for your degree or your certificate, because this is a very limited market of students. These are graduates from law enforcement or from, actually this one will be small business technology, which is a small group of students. It gives them options to gain your certificate in training and development. And so they must complete this is a whole thing, it's a stackable credential. So it doesn't open the gateways to every student to come into this BAS and leave just with these few OLP courses. It's just to build on the knowledge and skill sets of the small business technology graduate, which is a very small piece of the puzzle, I guess. And so it will not eliminate the need for the degree or for academic certificates across the board. There are still other majors that will benefit from your certificate and your degree. This is a segment of our population.
So the thing is that almost all of our students are working professionals. We get very very low numbers of full-time students. So these are all, so currently in the classes that I'm teaching, there are people from INL, there are people from law enforcement, there are people from hospitals, there are a bunch of people from ISU. So these are all working. So the program is designed to attract a non-traditional student, that is adult students that are coming back to school to complete their undergrad and stuff like that. So it's basically exactly the same audience I hear you saying will be coming to this new program.
It will not be the same audience because they will not have the small business technology certificate, and they probably won't want to go back and get the small business technology certificate because they have work experience, and those students will want to go directly into the OLP program. I don't know, we anticipate that we'll only be getting 10 students a year at first. And that is because it's restricted to CTE graduates in a certain CTE program: law enforcement, small business technology, and information technology systems. And so yours is more broad. You bring in students from every realm, whether it's CTE or academic. So I do not think it will transition students away from your degree to this BAS. I think, in fact, it will enlarge the pool and that it will increase enrollment. And I think it will increase interest in graduate studies too. And that's a bridge we'll need to cross when we get there with a 3-year BAS. But it could students could be interested in master's programs. We talked about this with the law enforcement 3-year BAS with MPA. There's some public administration courses in that particular degree. And so students may want to get a bachelor's degree and then go on for a graduate degree in public administration, and they may do the same thing in OLP as well. It may garner interest rather than transfer students away from an option.
Can I just jump in really quick about how we find these students and how we make sure this is a good program for them? Because this is a little bit unique to the College of Technology. So anytime a student either applies to ISU or wants to transfer their major, they have to meet with an advisor within the College of Technology and make sure that this career path is correct for them. And so if they're describing to us what your program does with the OLP, we will send them your way. But this will be targeted to folks that want to do the business piece of it that has to deal with career and technical education. And we are not shy about telling students, this doesn't sound like it's the right fit for you. We believe that you need to go and talk to the College of Education, and then we do a soft handoff to Esty.
One of the things that we wanted to do with these 3-year BAS degrees is make sure that it was a win-win situation for all of us, and that we have collaboration and partnership across the university, that we have enrollment in our courses, and that we have completers across the board. And that's why we're using stackable credentials so that we have a completer in the College of Technology and the College of Business, or a completer in the College of Education and the College of Arts and Letters, so that these students leave ISU with 2 or 3 different credentials and the experience of taking courses throughout campus and not just in one college. And it's been a great opportunity to work with our colleges and departments across campus and see these collaborative efforts come to life and the support. And I would very much like to meet with you and Esther, if we can arrange that, Ajit, to just alleviate some concerns and really dig into it a little bit deeper to see how this could be a win-win situation for our colleges.
Sure, we can arrange, and I think in the meeting, I'd like to invite our 3 other people, to our professors. One is assistant clinical professor, so they get to hear from you on what this is about.
Sure, I will ask our management assistant to get with the College of Ed's management assistant and see if we can arrange that meeting.
Thank you.
Anybody else while Debbie is here?
My other question is,
Jessica.
I don't, there seems to be some kind of lag, sorry. My other question is about the location of these degrees in the College of Technology. Do you or the provost's office see a future where these degrees can be housed in other colleges too?
So I want to go to kind of the history of the BAS. It used to not be in the College of Technology, nor did the General Studies, which has a name change. They used to be in academic affairs. It was an individualized studies office years ago. And around 2000, academic affairs said, we need to put these in colleges. They don't belong in academic affairs. They need to be overseen by colleges and have faculty engaged with these degrees. And so the BAS was handed over to the College of Technology, and General Studies was handed to College of Arts and Letters. And it's been a good fit for our college. We do have faculty from all of the colleges serve on our BAS committee. So we've had this degree, the BAS, since the late 1980s, and it has to be housed somewhere. And part of this is the state. There really wasn't language in the state board until just maybe 4 or 5 years ago, saying that the Bachelor of Applied Science is a combination of career and technical and academic coursework with a minimum of 36 credits of general ed. And it's been a good fit for us. That would have to be a decision from academic affairs and the deans and leadership council to move that BAS to another college. But what it does do is it allows for students to have FTE in courses all over campus. And our business structure, our financial structure went away from looking at majors to looking at enrollment in courses, because we understand at the university level that there's a lot of courses outside of a major that are needed and necessary for a student to graduate. And so you might have a lot of health majors taking biology courses. And so it's not really fair for those health programs to get all of the financial count and credit when they're taking classes across the discipline to support their major. And so I really applaud the changes we've seen across the university to equalize enrollment. So it's not so much about where the degree belongs, but how we share in educating our students and making sure that they have the content they need to be prepared for jobs once they graduate. But again, that will probably be an academic affairs or university level decision.
I'm going to add something to that. Right now, OSB's, the board office's inventory system only allows us to enter one college. We can now use multiple departments within that one college, but it has to be housed within a college. And we can't spread it out amongst different different departments across different colleges, because when you pick one college in the drop-down menu, it will not let it. You can enter anything from that college, but you can't enter anything from any other college. That may change, but it won't happen for at least another year, because the vendor already went through and helped them make the changes that they could. So we're kind of limited in that regard as well. So I have to have one college to assign the programs to.
I saw both your hands go up. Let's go with Cindy first and then Eric.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that regardless of the inventory at the state level, we can track things in various different ways with our dashboards. So if we have faculty that are or individuals who are seeing this as, you know, we have interdisciplinary programs and they don't feel like they're getting appropriate completion credit or things like that, we can absolutely have those conversations to ensure that we can measure things differently. So just, I mean, if that's a concern for anyone, we absolutely do measure things differently than you know, than we have in the past.
Eric?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is the right time to ask this question, but I'm new and I'm still trying to figure things out. So overall, I know the College of Business is supportive of this idea and the proposals that are here. But as Debbie mentioned, she'll be meeting with our dean and associate dean and other members of our curriculum committee, because I know that there are some concerns about the specifics of some of the implementation as it relates to our college. When we vote today, assuming that it passes, or if it passes, what does that lock in terms of ability to make changes to some of the specifics that are here?
I can answer that question. So us voting on it again just says that it is again passed, but we can always pass something with amendments again, or again, we could put in there something that, oh, again, with again, amendments or changes as needed, if it's gonna again help with your vote in that regard. Is it set in stone that once it passes today, it's done? No, because also it goes again for faculty, it'll go up to faculty senate and then dean's council again to approve as well. It's not just this is the one all and say all kind of thing. Also, again, if we were to bring back like your college and there was again some discrepancies or College of Education, then that would again stop it as well. This just says that yes, we've approved it and this council has approved it, but it's not the one all say all.
Okay, thank you.
And the other thing is, if you approve it now and then there are changes made to it, we can always bring it back to UCC and say, okay, it's been amended. Now we want you to take another look at the amendments. This, of course, is up to the executive committee whether they want to do that or not, but that's what we have done in the past of, yeah, it's been amended. Here's the changes from what was originally passed. Do you approve of it? So right now we're just under such tight time constraints that we don't have the luxury of holding off and making all those little tweets.
Anything else for Debbie while she's here?
Well, thank you so much for the invitation to talk to you today, and I appreciate the work that you all do. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. You take care. Okay, with that being said, then I will now enter, we don't have anything under information items this week, or consent calendar with executive committee met. We didn't have anything that we saw was like a speediness for that. Will it be possible to defer voting in the proposal? She said she will meet with us. Okay, sorry, Ajit, I just wrote that. So we are going to look to vote today. And again, you're like I said before, you're more than as I look to take up new business, you're more than welcome to abstain if you want to abstain or vote again, approve, or again, you do not want to approve. That's up to your options as well. Understand that again, as long as 2/3 again votes to move, though, it does approve. That's how again this committee works in that regard. With that being said, then can I entertain a motion to take up the new business, which is proposals 1 through 5?
So moved.
And that is Ben. And then can I get a second? And I see Camille is seconding. So moved. Again, we'll look to it and I will start off. And these aren't the ones there. Those are the ones that she was specifically here for are 24, 25, and 26. So we're starting off with 22. And let me see here if you're all seeing that. Perfect. So you're all seeing that. So again, we can take a look here. So, and I'm seeing here, the first thing I'm going to say is we don't have signatures.
Yeah, I cruised through it. I don't see it that it's filled out, so I don't think it's ready for review.
Okay.
This is not one of the BAS ones. Can we?
Yeah, I guess, well, we had it on there, so I guess, are 22 and 39 ready or no? I thought, or not, Catherine?
22, yeah, I looked at it. The thing is that I think that one is going to create some of the AAI courses that are going to show up in proposal number 26. But no, they hadn't worked on it yet. They're still scrambling to get 24, 25, and 26 for the 3 BASs finished.
Well, then I can't see bringing this to the table. That
This 22 is not ready to consider. 39 also doesn't have signatures. It does have some stuff in it.
And I moved to table 22 and 39 till
I was just
ready.
gonna say, I was gonna actually ask for a motion to table, but thank you, Ben. So motion to table.
I would request though that you take a look at 39, because it is creating some new courses that are going to be showing up in the other ones. This one does have courses that are
no, I'm gonna
There's no
say
signatures.
there's no signatures. I'm gonna motion to table.
Okay.
I'm motioning a table again. With that being said, because again the signatures aren't there, so motion to table 22 and 39 until again those are ready for again full review. And then I got Ben first. Can I get a second? I see Camille second. Perfect. With that being said, we're gonna move open now to 20 or 24. So let me get rid of these. Give me
Ben,
one.
would you mind making the screen a little bit larger, or can you?
You mean Wesley?
I mean Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley, can you just
I'm
zoom in
looking
on?
right at you, Wesley, and saying Ben, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna get rid of these. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm at 80%. That could be why. Give me a second here. Sorry. I don't know why I was at 80%. Usually I'm over 100. So give me 1 second here. And I'll pull it up. So 20, let me go back here. 22 and 39 are done. And give me 1 second. And then now we're gonna pull to open 24. Is that a little better, Camille? Or is it needed more?
Can you go 150, Wesley?
Yeah, give me a second here. Oh, give me 1 second here. Let me stop sharing just for a moment here. Yeah, I'm having a technical difficulty. Just give me a moment here. It'll come up. Good old Google Docs. Not letting me zoom. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. 1 second to share. How are we now? Perfect. We good? Nods or thumbs up? Perfect. Okay. So again, this is 26. Okay. And I'm seeing this here. So I signed off, and I know Jerry did. So my question is, we still need the dean's signature from College of Business? Catherine?
Yeah, this is one of the ones that they wanted to tweak. And you started on proposal 26 rather than 24? Okay,
Oh,
that's all right.
sorry, no, sorry, I apologize. That's my fault.
That's all right. I just want to make sure I'm on the right proposal on the minutes.
Yeah. That's okay. Give me 1 second here. For some reason, my computer went wonky. I apologize. There we go. Are we on
Okay,
24?
you're back to 24. Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. With that being, yeah, I'll bring that up in a second about 26. Okay. Let's go ahead. So this looks good. Yep, we got signatures there.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that College of Business wanted to tweak. So that's why the dean and associate dean haven't signed it yet.
Debbie had mentioned that she's meeting with
On
College-
Monday.
Yeah, that she
Yeah.
will be meeting with them. Yeah. And I know that Ivory hasn't signed off on it yet either. So these will be contingent upon
So I'm okay with, as long as everybody else is, are we good with entertaining a motion to approve contingent on that? We've done it in past in regards to, again, those signatures and again, that meeting and that.
And I
Ben?
should be able, oh, sorry, go ahead. I said I should be able to sign off. I just like our degree work specialist. She always kind of gives them a once over just too, and she's out of the office till tomorrow. So, but I from what I see, I don't have issues. Just so don't let my signature count on that on Monday morning.
Are we good with that then, Ben, and the executive committee? Anybody else? Again, contingent.
I'm
upon
okay
everything?
entertaining it.
Huh?
I'm okay entertaining that if everyone,
Perfect.
if we get to vote, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Good. Just for your reference, Catherine Sherry's here
Yeah.
from Cozy.
Sorry,
thank you.
I'm always going to be late. I
No, you're
apologize.
okay. I
you're
said you're
fine.
here, and I'm okay with that. I'm just
Oh, okay.
announcing your presence with that. So good.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that up because I
Yep.
wasn't going to be looking.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we got this here. Faculty vote is good. We're missing some impacts, and again, that could be pending, again, the things that we are going, and I'll make sure to get that, again, noted in the minutes. Or I'll make sure to note that so it gets in the minutes. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so again, this kind of goes over what Debbie was saying before. I'm going to breeze through, again, because a lot of this we've already kind of talked about already. But it's, again, a good explanation about what was here and why, again, we need this, so to say. Again, here's our student learning outcomes. It's going to be partially online. Those are Catherine's references there on the side.
Mhm.
There's no, again, new courses. I looked at the credits before when we met as a college. Okay, and then the infrastructure, that was all filled out. Again, we already had the maps as well. Okay, communication, there's no concerns there. And then again, it's going to these other individuals.
And they have their responses are up in the
I'm putting it up here.
the impacts. Yeah. Now I think there's a possibility that one of the reasons College of Business might want to they might want to make some tweaks is because originally the name of this degree was Applied Business and Workplace Learning, I think, Workplace Leadership. And then they changed it to Entrepreneurship. And I believe, if I remember correctly, College of Business has a certificate or something in entrepreneurship. So they might want to tweak some of the courses to be a little bit more geared towards the entrepreneurship piece rather than the sales that they have listed here. But that's just a guess on my part. I am not privy to any of those conversations.
Okay. Ajit, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. So
I
like
just replied back to you too. Sorry, I was looking at
No,
that
no
and I saw
problem.
it, but go ahead.
So, but like I said, when the associate dean was here, so I have, I'll not say reservation, but I have concern since they put in courses that are electives in our program, And so like ethics in workplace, we're not sure when we're going to offer that course, right? So and they put it as a core course. So if we do not have the faculty, we've taught it twice over the last 4 or 5 years. So we've got, I think we'll have concerns at multiple levels, including the size of our classes and things like that. So I would ideally like for this to be deferred, but if it goes for vote also, if I would not have a say on that. But there are, I think, a few different issues with the courses that are being proposed in this particular thing. So I just wanted to be put as a record of my concerns about this particular thing. So that course, like organizational development and ethics, principles of change, we may or may not be offering it every year. Ethics, like I said, we've just offered it twice in the 4 years I've been here. So, and before that also, it was not offered for multiple years. So, and we're not sure whether we're going to offer that course in the near future because of the various programmatic decisions that we've made. So I just have concerns at various levels. So.
I'm back here. Give me a second. So, okay. Anybody else before we, and again, thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention. Does anybody else have anything? Okay, with that, can I entertain a motion to approve pending again the impacts that we have there and those signatures? Again, that'll happen after Monday. I see Randa with again first. Can I get a second?
Ben,
That's Ben. All in favor? I see again. All in favor, raise a hand. Any opposed? Which I have one opposed, which is Ajit. And then again, any abstention? Are you abstaining, Eric? Or are you voting yes? You're abstaining?
Abstaining.
You're abstaining. So I got one. So the motion does pass with again one no from Ajit again though, and one abstention from again College of Business, Eric. Okay, so moved. So it's approved. Yes, go ahead.
I have
Catherine.
a question. What was the motion? I just heard something about Monday. What do you?
Motion to approve. So again, for the minutes, and again, it's recorded, so I'll share it with you, but I will repeat it back. So motion was to approve pending those signatures and pending the missing impacts.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Okay, so moved again. So proposal 24 again is approved again, pending those again things that we need. With that being said, let's go ahead. I'm going to move now to 25. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is again, all these signatures are here. Okay, so this is the one in law enforcement.
These next two will have my no signature either, but it's for the same reason, so.
Okay. Okay, but it looks like everyone else has no concerns, and you said again you didn't have initial concerns when we met at executive committee on Tuesday.
Correct.
Okay. Again, we had faculty vote, we're good. It was just the one, because that is just the one in there, and again talks about 3-year bachelors again. Can we adjust the credits and okay, perfect. So we fixed those then, right? These comments in here?
That was all taken care of.
Okay,
She just reopened it.
perfect. That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. That's why we have this meeting, is another thing to look at those things. So, impacts. So this one we can motion to approve just pending the missing impacts, because we just have a few of them missing, but there is no signatures missing. Okay. Entertain a motion to approve 25.
Move.
I see Ben. Can I get a second? Camille, all in favor, either raise your hand or say yay, or again, just kind of that.
Yay.
Okay. Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved. 25 passes unanimously. Again, pending those impacts there, but we're good with that. Okay, now I'm gonna close this one off. Now, this one. This one is not ready. That's what I'm seeing here. Because there's a bunch of stuff missing with this one, Catherine.
Um,
26.
yeah, I just opened it.
Yeah, that's fine. You can
What's,
take a look at it.
so what's missing? We're missing department chair and college of business dean. Okay. Okay, they do have curricula here, but
Okay.
that's yeah, these has got the
Okay, so we did 24,
ITS
26.
and AAI. Yeah, this one has courses from the ITS and AAI proposals 22 and 39. There's course changes in those two that haven't been done yet, and these are all contingent upon those changes.
So then in theory, we need to table this one.
Yeah, this one's gonna have to be tabled. I'm sorry, Debbie, but
Motion to table 26.
Second.
Okay. Okay, so 26.
Oh, I mean first. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Who was that?
Sorry. I motion, yes.
There was a pen to table and I saw Camille with a second. So move, we will table 26. So again, we were able to approve 24 and 25 today. With that being said, with 24 and 25, can I get a motion to endorse then those corresponding, again, state proposals, which state proposals we do not look through, we endorse. So they don't actually, for those of you that are new, they don't get like UCC's vote. It's just, again, kind of like approve for those. Basically, if we pass the proposal, we pass those. So motion to endorse 24 and 26. Okay. And I saw Camille, and then I saw seconds. So moved again, those are again endorsed, again, 24 and 26. With that being said, we have 13 and 16, which will be considered for next week, along with, again, those other proposals. But again, we were able to move forth with 24 and 26. And I just want to say, like, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, again, and that's the purpose of this committee, is that you have your vote and you can vote, again, yay or nay, or again, abstain. And that's, again, your right to do so. And I empower you all with that. And I'm glad, again, we did that again with today. Don't feel, because again, we had pressure with other things that's not there. That's the purpose of this committee. Ryan Pitcher.
I just want to make sure, because you said endorse 24, 26, but we tabled 26 contingent upon the other one. So did you mean
event 25,
24
Thank
and
you.
25?
24 and 25, yeah.
Okay.
I did. Thank you for striking.
I know,
Yeah, strike that
I know
notes.
Catherine's doing the meeting, and everything's being recorded. I just wanted to verify that.
It is. Thank you for
Oh,
pointing that out.
yes, because it
Yeah.
is being recorded. Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
it is being recorded. So motion again. So it's not, we endorsed 24 and 25, the two proposals that we approved.
Right, and that's state proposals 2025-03 and 2025-04.
Perfect.
Those two were endorsed.
Yeah.
Okay, just FYI, I believe that proposals 13 and 16 are ready. You can either take them up this week or wait until next week. There's no rush on either of those. But I think I remember that they are complete.
If they're complete, I will entertain it, just because again, we get busy in that, but I'm just going to briefly pull them up here. And as long as our committee, are we good with that? We're still good with time. I will entertain a motion to approve 13 and 16.
I move.
That's Ben. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
That's Ryan again seconding. I think I heard someone else there too. So whoever that was, and who was that?
Sherry.
Sherry. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pull up 13 and 16 then. Might as well get them done. Okay, here's 13. Okay, this looks good. This is all signed off. Great. Ivory, you're good. And I messaged you back. Thank you. So we're good. This was just a minor change. And again, all we're doing was changing a course. So here's the reason why. Again, they're teaching a 3-credit course. And again, it can be accepted for that other course there. All their faculty voted. These are nice and simple. These were good. I looked at these before. Yes, Ryan, picture.
Can we look at the, did they fill out the section 1 university library questionnaire correctly? But that one always trips me up when they're reading on it, but because they're not, did they make a new?
They didn't, this is not a.
They made a new course, right?
Correct. So that one we don't.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, that's correct. Hold on. I withdraw my question.
Thank you. Yeah, all it's doing is just an alternative. So yeah, it's not making a new course. All right. And they still filled it out anyways, Ryan. As you can see. Okay. This one's clean. Okay, with that being said, motion to approve 13. Camille, can I get a second? I see Ajit and I saw others go up. All in favor, either aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved. 13 is passed unanimously. Last but not least, good old 16. Okay. Okay, this one again, this is KDHS, a parenting course. No concerns from anybody. No concerns there. No concerns, no concerns. So this is just proposing a new a certificate here. Or sorry, the course is going to be part of an interprofessional certificate. So here's the course. I think everything else is good. Everything else looks fine with this one. Okay. Motion to approve 16. Camille, I see a hand. Second.
Ben.
I saw Randa and Ben. All in favor, either aye or again raise your hand.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved. Again, 16 passes unanimously. Okay. So with that being said, that takes up our business. Then again, we already talked about the future or the subcatalog. That's an ongoing thing, especially we look at the spring semester. Any questions before I do the best part of the meeting, always in my opinion, which is adjournment. So, but any other questions about anything today? Today was a little bit different just because of the differences of proposals and that, but we were able to get through a couple of them.
I have a question for everybody. now that you've been through a meeting with proposals and stuff, do you have a better sense of how the proposals work and what to look for and how they should be filled out? Or any questions about the forms and that sort of stuff?
Better. Still still a lot to learn. We'll get there.
Yeah, this council has a steep learning curve, but we're all here to help you. So just reach out anytime you get any questions at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that goes for any of us. So just
Yes.
with that being said, can I entertain then a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
It's been executive committee. I need you to stay on. Anybody, I will see you all again next week, or we will be in touch via email. Ajit, you can stay on too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys. Yep.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks. And Ajit, just give me one moment because I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second. So I want to stop the video. Give me 1 second here.